A life on the line, introducing Marcellus Williams. Marcellus Williams, a name etched into the heart of a controversy. His story is not just about one man but about the very essence of justice and the flaws within our legal system. A man who looked death in the eye. Marcellus was convicted of a crime, a heinous act that he has always maintained he did not commit. The weight of this conviction has hung over him like a dark cloud, casting a shadow on his every moment. His story, a stark reminder of the fragility of justice. The scales of justice are meant to be balanced, yet in Marcellus's case they seem to have tipped unfairly. The evidence, the testimonies, the very foundation of his conviction, all have been called into question. How could a man be condemned to die for a crime he might not have committed? This question reverberates through the halls of justice, echoing in the minds of those who believe in the sanctity of a fair trial. Marcellus's plight has become a symbol of the potential for error in our judicial system. This is the question that has haunted the American conscience for years. The case of Marcellus Williams has sparked debates, protests, and a call for a re-examination of the evidence. People from all walks of life have come together, united in their demand for truth and justice. In the labyrinth of the justice system, truth can be elusive. The path to justice is often fraught with obstacles, and Marcellus's journey through this maze has been particularly arduous. Legal documents, witness statements, and forensic evidence have all played a part in this complex narrative. Marcellus's case is a stark illustration of this truth. His face, etched with the lines of worry and hope, tells a story of a man caught in the web of a system that is supposed to protect the innocent. The courtroom sketches capture moments of despair and determination, a visual testament to his ongoing battle. It's a story of struggle, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Marcellus has not faced this journey alone. Supporters, advocates, and legal experts have rallied around him, holding vigils, organizing campaigns, and tirelessly working to uncover the truth. Their collective efforts shine a light on the human spirit's capacity for empathy and action. A story that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our system and ourselves. The broken gavel symbolizes the fractures within our justice system, urging us to reflect on the changes needed to ensure fairness and accuracy. Marcellus Williams's story is a call to action, a reminder that justice is not just a concept, but a continuous effort that requires vigilance, compassion, and unwavering commitment. Growing up in the shadows, Marcellus's early life. Marcellus's story began in the poverty-stricken streets of St. Louis, Missouri. Life was a daily struggle, opportunities were scarce, hope was a flickering flame in a world shrouded in darkness. Yet, even amidst the hardship, Marcellus held on to his humanity. He dreamed of a better life. He was known for his quiet demeanor and his respect for others. Those who knew him saw a spark of potential, a young man capable of rising above his circumstances. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. A night of terror, the Felicia Gayle murder, August 11, 1998, a date forever seared into the memories of those touched by tragedy. Felicia Gayle, a young journalist and beloved member of the community, was brutally murdered in her home. The news of her death sent shockwaves through St. Louis. Fear gripped the city. The community mourned the loss of a bright light. The authorities, feeling the immense pressure to find the perpetrator, launched a full-scale investigation. The hunt for Felicia's killer had begun. The clock was ticking. Seeds of doubt. The trial of Marcellus Williams. Marcellus Williams quickly became the prime suspect. The evidence against him, however, was purely circumstantial. No DNA evidence linked him to the scene. Witnesses placed him in the vicinity, but their accounts were often contradictory and unreliable. Despite the lack of concrete proof, Marcellus was convicted and sentenced to death. The prosecution relied heavily on eyewitness testimony, which has since come under scrutiny for its fallibility. The defense argued that Marcellus was a scapegoat, a victim of circumstance, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. Section 5. The wheels of justice grind slowly. Years on death row. Years turned into decades as Marcellus languished on death row. He clung to hope, even as the reality of his situation sank in. His family and supporters never gave up on him, believing in his innocence and fighting tirelessly for his release. Each passing year brought fresh heartache. Each denied appeal chipped away at his spirit. Yet, Marcellus found strength in faith and the unwavering support of those who believed in him. He refused to be defined by his circumstances. He refused to give up hope. Section 6. A glimmer of hope. New evidence emerges. In 2015, a glimmer of hope emerged from the darkness. New DNA evidence, not available at the time of Marcellus's trial, was discovered. This evidence pointed to a different perpetrator, a career criminal with a history of violence. The very foundation of the prosecution's case began to crumble. The news of the DNA evidence sent shockwaves through the legal community. Could it be that an innocent man had been wrongly convicted? The possibility once unthinkable now seemed all too real. Section 7. The 11th hour. A stay of execution. Just hours before Marcellus's scheduled execution, the Missouri Supreme Court issued a stay. The court acknowledged the significance of the new evidence and ordered a review of the case. The fight for Marcellus's life had been thrown a lifeline. The stay of execution sent a collective sigh of relief through Marcellus's supporters. It was a testament to their unwavering commitment to justice, but the battle was far from over. The road ahead promised to be long and arduous. Section 8. The battle continues, the fight for freedom. Despite the new evidence, the fight to exonerate Marcellus faced significant hurdles. The defense team, composed of dedicated lawyers and tireless advocates, worked around the clock, sifting through mountains of documents and evidence. They knew that every piece of information could be crucial in proving Marcellus's innocence. The stakes were incredibly high, and the pressure was immense. Yet, they remained undeterred, driven by a shared belief in justice and the truth. The prosecution, reluctant to admit error, clung to their original theory. They presented their case with unwavering determination, unwilling to concede that they might have been wrong. The courtroom became a battleground with each side fiercely defending their position. The legal debates were intense, filled with passionate arguments and counter-arguments. It was a high-stakes chess game, with Marcellus's life hanging in the balance. The legal system, often slow to correct its mistakes, presented countless bureaucratic obstacles. The process was painstakingly slow, with numerous hearings, motions, and appeals. Each step forward seemed to be met with 2 steps back. The judge, burdened with a mountain of files, had to navigate through the complexities of the case. The wheels of justice turned, but they turned slowly, testing the patience and resolve of everyone involved. Through it all, Marcellus remained a beacon of strength and resilience. Despite the harsh conditions of prison life, he never lost hope. His determination was unwavering, and his spirit remained unbroken. He knew that giving up was not an option. Every day he reminded himself of the importance of his fight, not just for his own freedom, but for the countless others who might find themselves in a similar situation. He drew inspiration from the outpouring of support he received from around the world. People from all walks of life rallied behind him, holding signs, organizing rallies, and flooding social media with messages of solidarity. Letters of support poured in, each one a testament to the impact his story had on people everywhere. This global support network became a lifeline for Marcellus, giving him the strength to keep fighting. He refused to let the system break his spirit. In his darkest moments, he found solace in writing letters and looking at photos of his loved ones. These small acts of connection kept him grounded and reminded him of the life he was fighting to reclaim. His hope was a quiet, steadfast flame that refused to be extinguished, no matter how dire the circumstances. He knew that his fight was not just about him. It was about challenging a flawed system and seeking justice for all those who had been wrongfully convicted. Every conversation with his lawyer, every visit from a supporter, reinforced his belief that his struggle had a greater purpose. He became a symbol of resilience and hope, inspiring others to stand up against injustice. It was about exposing the flaws in a system that could condemn an innocent man to death. Marcellus's case highlighted the urgent need for reform and accountability within the justice system. It was a stark reminder that the fight for freedom and justice is ongoing, and that every voice, every action can make a difference. His story became a rallying cry for change, a testament to the power of perseverance and the enduring human spirit. Section 9, A Flawed System, Marcellus's Case, and the American Justice System. In the heart of the American legal landscape, Marcellus's case emerges as a poignant example of the systemic issues that plague our justice system. His story is not just an isolated incident, but a reflection of deeper, more pervasive problems that demand our attention and action. Marcellus's case stands as a stark reminder of the imperfections of the American justice system. It highlights the cracks and fissures that can lead to devastating consequences for individuals, especially those from marginalized communities. The journey through the legal maze can be treacherous, often leading to wrongful convictions and unjust sentences. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about race, poverty, and the fallibility of human judgment. The biases that seep into courtroom decisions, the lack of adequate legal representation for the underprivileged, and the societal prejudices that influence verdicts are all part of a larger troubling picture. Marcellus's case is a mirror reflecting these harsh realities. It compels us to ask ourselves, How many innocent people are languishing in prisons across this country? The overcrowded prison yards and the faces of those who have been stripped of their freedom raise a haunting question about the true cost of our current system. Each innocent person behind bars represents a failure of justice, a life unjustly disrupted. Marcellus's story is a call to action. It is a clarion call for all of us to engage in the fight for a more equitable and just legal system. Activists, community leaders, and everyday citizens must come together to demand change, to push for reforms that will prevent future injustices. It is a demand for reform. Legislative bodies must take up the mantle of justice reform, enacting laws that address the root causes of wrongful convictions and systemic biases. Community discussions and advocacy group meetings are crucial in shaping the policies that will lead to a fairer system. It is a plea for a justice system that truly lives up to its name. A system where the scales of justice are balanced, where the gavel falls with impartiality, and where the courthouse stands as a symbol of fairness and integrity. This vision of justice is what we must strive for, a system that values truth above all else. The pursuit of truth must be at the core of our legal proceedings, ensuring that every case is examined with the utmost care and diligence. Legal documents must be scrutinized, and every piece of evidence must be weighed with an unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth. A system that safeguards the innocent and holds the guilty accountable. The release of an innocent person from prison is a moment of triumph, but it also serves as a reminder of the work that still needs to be done. Judges must make rulings based on facts and fairness, and law enforcement must act with integrity and justice. Until that day comes, the fight for justice continues. The journey towards a perfect justice system is long and arduous, but it is a journey worth taking. Every protest, every rally, and every act of unity brings us one step closer to a system that truly embodies the principles of justice for all. Marcellus's case is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring quest for justice.